Welcome to the Practical Ascension podcast. I'm your host and guide, Tracy Goody. Join me as we explore the multifaceted experience of awakening in this modern age of transformation. Subscribe, leave a review, or share this episode to show your support. It's mission on, lightworkers. August 2021, Ascension Energies, Lionsgate Portal, and activating your divine potential. Your presence here on this planet at this time is no mistake or coincidence. You're here right now, and you're called to this podcast specifically because you have a key role to play. I'm speaking to the light workers, the light warriors, the change makers, earth angels, starseeds, and way showers today very specifically. So we're moving through a time that's unprecedented in our modern history, a time of really a great consciousness shift that's affecting every area of society and every layer of our body, from the physical to the mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. Our awakening is quickening, as you may have noticed, and amplifying. And those of us who have chosen this ascension timeline to contribute are feeling increasing urgency to really eradicate that heavy and dense energy within us and for the entire planet and collective. We're feeling the call to pick up the light that's surrounding us and use it in our own unique way. So spiritually, the highest vibration guides are celebrating. They are in deep gratitude and honor for the work that we are taking on and for our dedication to this beautiful destruction and recalibration back into our true nature of love, collaboration, community, and harmonious interconnection. So we have been building towards this for some time. As this awakening process this year, there's a lot of being asked of us. So the first key point that I really want to make here is to be kind to yourself and have a sense of humor. And it might seem like a little thing, but it makes a huge difference in your ascension process. Our ascension is not leading us into force and structure. It's quite the opposite. Our ascension is leading us into joy, love, and flow. It's flexibility. It's not force. When we approach ascension with obligation energy or fear or a lot of seriousness, black and white, it has to be a certain way, then we might feel like we're hitting a brick wall over and over again with a water balloon. That's the visual the guides have brought in today. So this is when we allow our mental and emotional energy to lead. Whenever we, logically, this is what I should do. This is what's always been done. This is what I've done before. So that can feel, like I said, like a water balloon hitting a brick wall. So just kind of getting splashed back in the face with what you are intending to do, and not necessarily turning out the way you envisioned or moving forward like you had hoped or feeling good. So in contrast, when you're approaching ascension lightly, letting your intuition and heart lead and laughing at how the universe is nudging you into your greatness, even in the face of the unknown and chaos, that goes a long way. And then you'll find that it's more like these balloons are filled with helium and they're lifting you up. And then you can see over this brick wall being this transition period that we're moving through right now. So when you're throwing the water balloons at it with that force and, it has to be a certain way, you're getting splashed back in the face with that, right? Now, when you're lightening up about it, you're laughing about it, you're raising up, and then you can see over the brick wall, you can see over the transition period and see what you're moving through and to, and then raise yourself up higher and higher with the increased lightness in your heart. And that's how you're moving past these seeming brick walls that you might be coming up against. So the second key that I want to bring up right away is your discernment and trusting yourself above all else. Trusting the divine wisdom and intelligence within you. Not your mental programming, but your heart, your true knowing. The mental comes in, the logical comes in to help us structure and create the form and understand how we're going to pull it down into earth. But first, that heart-centered, that soul-centered, that intuitive-centered gives us that really, really brilliant piece that we need. So that part of you that reaches above what's seemingly going on, and it reaches into that higher picture and gives you direction from there. So oftentimes, your discernment and intuition will lead you through a spiral path, not a linear one. So again, that sense of humor can really, really come into handy when you're kind of throwing your hands up and just asking, why the hell was I guided to go down that path, only to arrive seemingly back where I started? Because again, or moving in a spiral. And of course, it's natural to have some WTF energy when we're guided to a pivot and shifting directions. But coming back with laughter and openness brings back our trust energy and keeps us in alignment on the path. So for example, recently for me, around the springtime, I was guided to redo all my offers, really rethink everything that I was doing, how I was being serviced, my environment, all of it, to get really clear about how I was serving and how it's highest and best for me to move forward. I spent a lot of time and energy and really set up alignment energetically, mentally, physically, just really ready to show up and serve. And then the last few weeks, that excitement all of a sudden fell flat. And I was like, what is seriously going on here? And as I tapped into that divine intelligence, I was guided to shift my offers and focus again. So I definitely had a WTF moment and some frustration. And then finally just kind of laughed about it and remembered that it's a spiral. So then I leaned even more into the shift that they were asking me to do and the pivot that I was being guided to, that I could subtly feel. And once I leaned into that, then it was even more expansive, and it felt absolutely beautiful. Once I got on board and reminded myself that this pivot was for my highest good and allows me to serve in the way that is most needed, all the details and information began to flow in, and it felt really, really good. But I had to move through this spiral of awareness in the spring and into the summer to align to that timeline. So it's been a massive time of integrating growth for me and then letting the pivot flow instead of resisting it, and then going ahead with the plan and strategy. So normally I really want to go ahead with the plan and strategy, but the pivot shifted and totally deleted and destroyed and burned up the whole plan and strategy. So there is kind of like a letting go process, and that's part of the lesson. It's part of the growth. And then it just feels so much better on the other side. So have a sense of humor with that, because these things are very likely to occur. So key number 2 is paying attention to those subtle nudges. Get to know the difference between self-doubt and fear, and when your divine wisdom is guiding you into a more aligned direction. Then integrate key number 1, that sense of humor, so you don't totally freak out about what is being asked of you. You're always going to have the resources, the support, the know-how to get it done if you are feeling truly called to it. You just need to support yourself through getting in the right energy and taking inspired action. So getting these keys into place as we move into August energies is going to be very helpful, because things are going to intensify even more. Different, similar to July, with still that rapid advancing energy, but a little different. So what's so exciting about August energy? So many things, but it's all the cosmic support we have right now. So we're starting August, and already we're in the Lionsgate portal energy. Lots of other energies too, but Lionsgate portal energy is what I'm focused on first. So this is going to run from late July to mid-August, with the peak of the energy being on 8/8. And this is the annual alignment of the star Sirius and, of course, our beautiful Earth. So this puts us directly in the path of light and has a very similar vibe to the 7/7 portal when Sirius lines up with the sun. Now, combined with this 8/8 Lionsgate energy, and by the way, it's named Lionsgate because we're in Leo, and this portal embodies some of the qualities of the lion. In addition to that, we also have the new moon directly on that date. So let's go ahead and add on top of that a few meteor showers as well, which also intensify your consciousness, intensify your clarity, really give you some inspired ideas if you're in the right energy. So with all this in mind, we're working with some spectacular energy for shifts, for awakening, for transformation, clarity, moving forward, that big ascension vision. We're invited to wake up our DNA and step into the sacred human evolution of who we really are. So of course, August has me excited because I'm all about this. And as we begin August, it's going to be very beneficial to spend some quiet time in your heart and in your soul vision. So remind yourself or uncover that big vision that you have, the emotions and energies that come up for you, and let yourself explore what you do want to see manifest for yourself and the collective. It's very easy to go down that kind of doom and gloom path of saying, this might happen or this might happen. Just let go of that for the start of August for a minute and focus instead on what you want to see manifest. Let that soul vision really, really come up, really allow yourself to feel it. What is your heart and soul calling for? So as you reconnect with this and carry it with you throughout the month, you will have a guiding light showing you the way. So that's why I want to put that as a top priority for heading into August. And if you're listening to this later in August, jump on the bandwagon then. Doesn't matter when you do it. Or if you're listening to it any time of the year, it's always beneficial to tap into your heart and soul vision. So check in with where you are committing to yourself, where you're committing to your path, your vision, maybe what boundaries might need to go into place, what needs to be readjusted so that you're putting yourself in the best energetic, mental, physical, and emotional environment to be of service. So pay attention to what shifts are coming up. This isn't about shifting absolutely everything in your life. It's that discernment, that intuitive insight about where to head next. So it's our month to move past restrictions and sabotages or self-protection patterns. When we spot these in August, we're also presented with the wisdom and support to move past them. We just need to remember that stillness and heart intelligence to hear and feel that wisdom. So how can you support yourself? And what shifts can you make now so that you're feeling focused and clear? We're going to be invited again between the 18th and 24th of August, around there, to tap into that vision, to expand it, and to feel it move through us with our spiritual senses amplified. This is going to be a real cool period. We're working with some full moon energy and some other cosmic influences there. So again, in this period, pivots will be highlighted, and we might be guided into what restrictions we need to release still and how to amplify and embody our vision and bring out our power potential and really bring that to fruition, really actualize that, embody it, be it, live it. So we start the month looking at our big vision and aligning ourselves, and then we ramp up by 8/8 Lionsgate with the support of Sirius and that lion energy. So courage to be who we really are and let go of old programming. Courage to step into our ascended DNA and claim our sovereignty and divine mastery role in this lifetime. So this is a natural time of abundance of ideas, insight, really new levels of clarity can come about here, as well as material things can as well too when you're in that abundant energy, right? So again, this will be felt and themed based on the environment you're in. So your mental environment, if it happens to be all flustered and frustrated by all the pivots that you've been asked to make, that abundant clarity might fall on deaf ears because you're focused on lack and confusion. But if you're focused on your soul vision and heart's desire and feeling connected and grounded, then you're going to have an expansive experience with the Lionsgate energy. So this is why I keep saying, that soul vision, that heart vision, that is the guiding light for August. You'll feel empowered and ready for whatever next steps you're guided to. Just get yourself in that right energy, and these cosmic light codes will inspire you into clarity and action when the time is perfect. So let yourself be creative and unrestricted in August. Don't limit yourself to what you've done before, and this is the beautiful energy of August. Stretch into what else is possible. How can I collaborate? How can I express myself? How can I be of service? How can I support myself? How can I best contribute to this timeline of ascension? And see what little pieces, little crumbs you're getting, and allow it to expand. Your guides, and cosmic light codes are present and here to support you. Your gods are here to support you too, though, really. So activate yourself through this Ascension gateway. Now, in addition to this Ascension Energy podcast, I'm also creating a guided shamanic journey, a brand new one, right here in this energy. I'm so excited for it, to work with the Lionsgate portal energy, and that's going to be free for my email and community. So if you're not already a part of that, you can get access to all those high frequencies that it's going to deliver to you. The link is in the show notes below, just to make sure you're a part of that. So remember in August that your number one investment and priority is yourself. Even if you can get a few minutes of quiet breathing and tune into your heart, tune into what you want to feel, it's going to help you to realign to that soul level self, joy, abundance, and clarity, back to your soul potential. All right, enjoy August, make the most of it, and go as you are guided, feeling what your intuition and heart are calling for. Thank you so much.